In this chapter, we're going to look at creating the player. We're also going to look at creating something called a game manager and the player's allies. When dealing with game objects that have some interactivity and some behaviors within our games, we often call those controllers, or something that is controlled. Unity, for instance, has several built-in controllers that are located inside the standard assets. These controllers are things like the first-person character controller or the third-person character controller. We could use one of those controllers to build our game. However, a lot of work would have to be done to remove some of the behaviors of those controllers and add in our own custom behaviors. Therefore, we're simply going to create our own custom controller, what we're going to call the player. This isn't to be confused with the built-in character controller component found within Unity. Instead, the term controller in this context simply means that we are creating the player that will be controlled by whoever plays the Zombie Toys project. Here I have open a later version of the Zombie Toys project. In this version, the character has already been made with all of the various attacks and effects already in place. Mostly I'm just showing you this so you can see where we're headed. We can see that the character is controlled with the mouse and keyboard. Though in a later chapter we'll also explore how to control it on a mobile device. Additionally, we can see that the character has several attacks available. Let's look at some of the components on this character and see exactly how it's put together. We can see that this character is going to use a series of built-in components plus some additional custom scripts. Components like the animator will give our character the animations we need. The rigid body and collider are for the physics interactions, being able to be attacked and also attack the enemies. We then have a series of scripts and audio components. Nested underneath the player controller is all of the pieces of its individual model, specifically in this instance the boy model, though there is also a girl model we'll be creating. We can see also that there is an antenna for the controller, and all of the attacks are nested underneath of that. We're not really going to be doing attacks in this chapter. Attacks will come later. However, it's important to know exactly how they're going to be nested under the player so we can get a feel for how this will be constructed. Mostly, in this chapter, we're going to be laying the foundational framework for all of the interactivity of our game for all of the chapters to come.